and in today's Microsoft Word tutorial I'm going to show you how to change the background colour of your page, and there are two ways to do this. The first way is if you go up to the Design tab and you go along to this icon here that says Page Colour. Click on the drop down and then you have a selection of colours here to choose from. If you don't see the colour of your choice, move down to More Colours, and here you'll be presented with a colour wheel and lots of different additional options at the top here. You can move this cursor around anywhere in this circle to identify the colour you want, or you can select from one of these. So let's just select a simple blue colour and click OK. Alternatively, if you wanted a gradient or maybe a patterned background, if you go up to the Insert tab, go along to Shapes, click on the drop down and select the square shape here, which will be down in rectangles, and then simply click and drag across your page. This will create a shape on your page, and this will allow you to do a number of things. Now, ensuring your shape is selected, go up to the Shape Format tab and then click on Format Pane. Alternatively, you can just double click on your shape and this menu will appear to the right hand side. This is the liner, this is the border that will go around your rectangle, and we don't want one of those because we're trying to change the colour of our background, so we'll just click No Line. And then we'll go up here to Fill, and this will give you your options here. So your solid fill, again, if you go down to Colour, allows you to click on the colour wheel or select from these colours as you did before. Alternatively, you can go to Gradient Fill, and this will allow you to use gradients for your background. And the options you have here is you have preset gradients. Apologies you can't see them all, but they're very similar to this except all different colours. You can choose what sort of gradient you want, or you can choose what type of gradient it is. You can choose the direction, the angle, and of course this is where you'll select your colours. Now at the moment I have got 4 different gradient colours. And these sliders here, as you can see on the left here, it allows you to move this gradient to adjust the shading or the colours. Now you can add stops and you can take away stops. So I'm going to take these 2 stops away in the middle here. And as you can see, there's a little orange border. If you click on that and go up and select Delete, then it'll get rid of those ones in the middle. Now to adjust this colour, just make sure that this slider is highlighted. Go down to Colour, select a colour of your choice, and then go to the second gradient slider, again down to Colour, and again select a colour of your choice. Now I've chosen these slightly bizarre colours because it'll give you a good idea of how we can change that gradient by moving this slider. And then again you can choose transparency of how, and then again you can use the transparency slider, the brightness slider to really customize your gradient. Okay, so the next option is a picture or textured fill. So if you click on this icon here, as you can see mine comes up with this lovely bubble texture. If you go to this icon here, you can see there's a number of different options. You can't see them all, but when you bring it up on your computer, you'll see the variation available to you. You can also insert a picture or a texture from here, or one that you have on your clipboard. Now, although you can't change the colour of these particular textures, what you can do is slightly change the look of them. So scaling here X and Y, if you just click here and click on the bottom, as you scale it down and decrease the percentage, you can see that my bubbles are getting smaller and the textures including more of them. Again, if you do that one to scale Y, it does exactly the same. And you can just add more of those bubbles. Additionally, you can use a mirror, and if we select the mirror, it changes that texture a little bit further. You can see there's a slight wave to it as well. Now, the only difficulty with inserting these shapes as your background is that you can no longer type as you would do on a normal document. So if you do want to insert text, you're going to have to do that as part of a text box. So if I just go up to Insert along to text box and select draw text box. Then all you need to do is just click and drag. And then in order to quickly get rid of this white background and border and black border, you just need to ensure you're on shape format, go along to this icon here, click on the drop down, select no outline, go up to shape fill, click on the drop down, no fill. Then you can go ahead and type your text. If I just click off, you can see that now you have a clear space where the typing will go. And of course, the flexible text box allows you to move this round anywhere in your document. Additionally, if you want to insert an image, click on the Insert tab at the top, go to Pictures, Picture from File. We'll just select a quick picture here. And as you can see, once this picture is inserted, you can't see it because it's actually gone behind this textured shape. So we need to bring it forward. Make sure it's selected, make sure you're on picture format. You can see that the normal ways in which we do this are actually currently greyed out. So we go along to wrap text, click on the drop down and select in front of text. And then your image will appear. So although you're going to have to lay out your document a little bit differently in terms of just straightforward typing, actually using a text box is actually really flexible. So I hope that's helped you today. If it has, please subscribe and have a great day.